Hi guys, Debbie Dubois here. Welcome back to my channel, True Sacred Union, and this is another video installment of my Twin Flame series. I've knocked out a couple of different videos today. Basically, it is very much a mix and match kind of video series. You watch it in whatever order it, resonates with you. I've been very inspired today. I didn't even do anything to myself. I just said I'm just going for it because I've got some things to talk about that I think are really going to help you. We are going to talk about the unfolding process of the catalytic heart awakening. The process is extremely different for everyone, and I've coached enough people to know that the flavors of catalytic heart awakenings, run the gamut. It's almost as if each of these particular situations cover undoing an incredible number of programs that have been here in our matrix, the world that we're living in. It's like a big computer simulation game. There's almost an endless number of combinations of unhelpful programs and patterns that can be undone. So what I have found in my experiences is that those people who are here doing this kind of work on this particular kind of path, because let's face it, there's all different kinds of ascension paths here on the planet. Everything from, career focus to people coming in with physical, shall we say, handicaps, deprivation of particular senses. There's so many different paths on the planet. But those of us that have come here that are highly motivated by love and relationship, and if you are one of them, you're probably watching this video. Let's put it this way, you're watching this video because you're one of those people. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. But because of that, it's like what ends up happening is with all of these different patterns, we find ourselves drawing to us like vibration. So a lot of connections that I have made in my coaching and my counseling, even in my friendships, have all been scenarios within the catalytic heart awakening process that are quite similar. So it's like we find each other to help each other along the way. And that's the brilliance of this process. So I guess maybe the whole theme of this video really is about trusting the process and allowing things to unfold, because there is no set process for any particular person. There are milestones, shall we say, that we all achieve. Like I did a video on, what was that? I just did a video on, let me look at rejection and abandonment. Hello. And the rejection and the abandonment piece, that is like one primary milestone that takes place in this process. You have to reconnect with Source. You have to know that you are of Source. You have to begin to understand that you are part of all that is in order for you to even move to the levels of understanding that we're going to in Ascension. So the catalytic heart awakening process is going to involve that. It's going to involve you clearing patterns of imperfection, patterns that are running in you that work against you creating the realities you prefer, whether that's a tendency to be jealous, whether that's a tendency to not believe in yourself, whether that's you not having a voice, whether that's you believing that people are envious of you. It doesn't matter what your belief system is. These belief systems, these core belief systems, have to be broken down, because in the sacred union, what I call true sacred union, there's no room for all of that, because true sacred union is literally, in my estimation, defined by a connection where two people come together that have worked through so many of the blocks to love that you're able to actually show up in each moment of now, in the truth of now, without all of this garbage getting in the way, these patterns of thinking, programming that actually create discord. And so true sacred union, could be defined as, if you want to think of it as, okay, you could be in true sacred union with a catalytic heart awakening partner, with a twin flame, with a soulmate. It really is not necessarily, it doesn't have to necessarily be defined. It's actually, believe it or not, you get to choose. You at a higher level. The soul has chosen at a higher level what it wants the experience to be. And the soul knows the process. So this video is really about trusting the process and allowing what happens in the moment of now, to allowing for it to happen, and to stop yourselves from pushing back against it and resisting it. Because if you resist what is, you actually don't allow yourself the full benefits of the quick movement that the change that comes forward in the moment of now would bring you. Perfect example, someone, and this happened in a situation that I know of, where a person is working with someone, and the other person moves on to another job, and what does this do to the connection, right? And there's all kinds of fears around, oh my gosh, I'm not going to see this person every day, or there's all kinds of ways that this changes things, right? So it's another mini catalyst. It's part of the process. The higher self has said, okay, we need to have something. And when these catalysts come in, whether it's, a person, whether it's a job, whether it's, a need to travel to another country and be out of pocket for a while, no matter what these seemingly unrelated things are that we want to say, hey, that's not part of my process. Everybody at the higher levels has orchestrated some semblance of order to the process to return them to the place where they really know what the heck is going on from a consciousness standpoint. So my point is that when things happen in your connection, it's part of the process. There's not a single thing that's going to happen on this path, and that's ascension, that's catalytic heart awakening. There's not a single thing that is happening that is not happening by design. It's meant to happen. It's happening for your good. Abraham, Esther Hicks, Abraham, things are always working out for me. Things are always working out for me. The universe always gives me what I need. That is really, that talk is exactly what that means. Everything that's happening, even if it's an argument, even if it's a misunderstanding, even if it's a hanging up on each other and going in different directions and say, I'm never speaking to that person together, that may seem like the end of the world in that moment, but it is always working out for you. So the key is to see those moments and say, oh, that's one of those moments. It's working out for me. This is working out for me. In other words, I can't tell myself stories, and I did another video about telling yourself stories. I can't tell my story about that I know what this is for, because I don't know what this is for, but I can count on the fact that it is for my best good. So I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to pull it in. I'm going to say, oh my God, thank you so much for showing up. If it didn't show up, I wouldn't make any further advancements. Sometimes, no, every time something comes up that seems to trigger you, this has to happen to move you forward. Because if not, you'll just kind of go along on the same path. That's the beauty of the process. So the process isn't just, oh, this phases of twin flame connection you hear. Oh, there's this stage and this stage and this stage. BS. I'm not saying there's no stages, but what I'm saying is it's going to be individual for each person. Trusting the process is the most important part, because what that's doing is it's trusting your higher connection. Okay? It's going to trust, you're trusting your higher connection, source connection, which knows exactly what you need in order to move yourself forward. I'm going to leave this video right there. I thank you so much for watching. Check out any of my other videos that may be of help. And until the next time, namaste.